Keegan joins us now from Congaree. Keegan, congratulations. I always considered you more killer than crier, but there you were with the waterworks on FaceTime after the win. Why do you think it all impacted you so strongly?
Man, I have no idea. I don't know what came over me. I just couldn't keep it together. Once the second part of my career with my family, everything's changed in my life and the perspective on things, and to be able to share that with my family and my wife and was really something special. I couldn't keep it together. And then when I spoke to my wife, I lost it. It was really strange for me too. I can't remember the last time I cried, and I couldn't stop.
Keegan, it had been 4 years since your last win. You've always been one of the premier ball strikers on tour. You've had an enormous breakthrough over the last couple of years in your putting. How did you get to that point, and was there some kind of eureka moment where you realized you'd made the progress you were looking for?
Yeah, I mean, it was a much harder transition than I was expecting. When they banned the belly putter, I didn't just lose the belly putter. I lost thousands of hours of practice, of feel, of when I'm nervous, this is how I feel. I remember making this putt to win this tournament. I lost all of that. And not only did I lose that, the other guys had gained that on me. So it's taken me a lot longer to get back to where I was. But, working with Darren May and Phil Kenyon, it really is when things started to turn around. And it feels so good to make putts. When you're not making putts, the colors are darker, days are shorter. It's just not very much fun.
Well, you made some putts in Japan. You had some stress, though, on the back nine, especially on 16, then the bounce back birdie on 17. How would you describe that two-hole adventure?
Man, it was an adventure because I've never done that, what I did out of that bunker. I was short-sighted and really trying to kind of like that spark to spin it, and I shanked it. I don't know what else. I've been thinking about that shot nonstop because it actually got very lucky. It just popped on the green. It could have gone in the rough. It could have, gone in the water. It got very lucky, but I still was very calm. I didn't get really nervous until that putt on 17 because kind of realizing, okay, I got a 2-shot lead coming down 18. This could be to win the tournament. And I hit a perfect putt and went right in the middle of the hole. And, geez, it was special. It really was.
Keegan, there's a lot of chatter on the grounds this week at Congaree about the PGA Tour schedule going forward, the creation of now the full slate of the elevated events. What's your view on how the schedule is going to look going forward, and does it have a large impact on where you're going to play versus where you have in the past?
It definitely will. I mean, you're not only talking about a lot more money, but the world ranking points in those specific tournaments will be huge, be monstrous, be like not like a major, but pretty close if you have all the top players playing there. So, now that that's out, my caddy and my coach and everybody, we've decided we're going to sit down. You map out the majors, you map out these new elevated events, and then you sort of plan around it. It could affect tournaments that you've always played in the past. If there's 3 in a row there, or, a tournament that you've never normally played could change your schedule. It's certainly nice to be in them. I feel a little for the guys that aren't going to get to play in those, but it's nice to be in those, and those are going to be big-time events.
Keegan, this new schedule exists in large part because of Live Golf. As a major champ, world golf champ, South Florida resident who's seen some colleagues leave the PGA Tour, why have you stayed?
Well, I don't blame any of the guys for leaving. They had their choice in what they wanted to do. For me, playing in the U.S. Open in Boston and feeling the crowd and just how unbelievable that was, and then winning in Japan and just winning on the PGA Tour and hearing from all the guys, hearing from it's amazing the camaraderie out here of all the guys seem so happy for you. And I always wanted to play the PGA Tour, and I always wanted to play Ryder Cups. I've always wanted to play and win majors, and I feel like the PGA Tour gives me that best opportunity. I don't hold anything against the guys that left, but it feels good to win on the PGA Tour.
Well, Keegan, I'll never forget bumping into you at Isleworth in November of 2014 after that crushing Ryder Cup loss at Glen Eagles. You still had your red, white, and blue Ryder Cup shoes on. What has it been like seeing the Ryder Cup drama of 16, 18, and last year at Whistling Straits play out without you?
It's brutal, man. it's extra hard when you're not in the conversation to be on the team. If you're coming down the last few events and you got a chance, it feels a little different when you're nowhere on the radar. It's really brutal, especially since some of my greatest golf memories are in the Ryder Cups, and seeing the boys last year really dominate. It's inspiring, and I know the clock's ticking for me to get on one more team at least, and it's one of my main goals. I've let the captain know that, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to get on that team. Winning a Ryder Cup would be at the top of my list, other than winning majors. When I'm done playing and I can look back and have a Ryder Cup win, that would mean a lot to me.
Those first 2 Ryder Cups you were on, Keegan, that was part of this blistering pace you set early in your career, where you won the Nelson in your rookie year, you win the first major you'd ever played, you won a WGC the next year. Did that make it tougher when the speed bumps came in terms of the win frequency on tour, because you had been so good, so high, so early?
Yeah, I think it did. It was confusing. I remember a conversation I had with Ernie Els, and he told me that everyone goes through ups and downs in his career. He told me he went through a down in his career. He went to 1st in the world to 8th in the world, which is a little different. But he said to me, and I'll never forget it, he said, you got to enjoy the climb back to where you are. When you get back, you'll enjoy the thought of working hard and getting there more than actually winning or being back at, top player in the world. And I've remembered that, and he was totally right. And I hold that advice dearly, because at the time it made no sense to me, and now I feel like I'm so proud of getting back. I'm 23rd in the world. I've just won. I'm in the majors again. I feel like I'm going to be a conversation in the Ryder Cup going forward, and I enjoy thinking of those times of being on the range, being in the gym, working as hard as I can, in missing out on some of those tournaments, and it's made it even more special this time.
I'm curious if your Aunt Pat Bradley was any kind of sounding board for you during that time. She never really had a slump or a drought in any sense. She won 31 times out there, and there never seemed to be much time between wins. But did you rely on her for any kind of advice on how the long haul works for a career?
Well, my Aunt Pat is my hero. I used to go watch tournaments when she was a little older when I was watching, but I would go and I'd have to be there right when she got to the range to warm up. I'd have to follow her around, and I would try to get to the walkways where she was walking from tee to green or whatever, and try to get her attention, and she'd walk straight by me like she didn't see me. She was so dialed in, and she was my hero. I remember just staring at her walking down the fairways in an LPGA Tour event and thinking man, I can't believe she gets to do this. And for me, more so of the advice, knowing that was in my family, growing up in New England, knowing that she's one of the toughest people, toughest athletes, I don't know, in my eyes, to ever play. She was just tough and worked hard, and to know that was sort of in my blood, I always felt like I had that little advantage over another person. And maybe that has nothing to do with it, but how cool is it to have a family member in the Hall of Fame in golf and go to watch her play, go to watch her captain a Solheim Cup team, watch her get inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Those are memories that are unbelievable. And again, I felt like, geez, I got that right there in my family, and it helped me a lot.
Well, you are highly motivated. You do have that in your blood. You're very prideful as well. But I was struck by Justin Thomas congratulating you on social media. And you said, it was cool to hear from your peers. But when you hear from a JT saying how hard you have worked, he's someone who has seen you on the range or in the gym. What did that do in terms of the impact when you saw what JT had to say?
Well, I'm always amazed when you win or do well, just how many people you hear from. And I heard from Ricky Fowler the night. I mean, obviously we were battling down the stretch, and he sent me this unbelievable text. He saw the video with, me talking to my wife and my family, and he's got a family now, and he just said, of course he wanted to beat me, but to watch that interaction, that's what it's all about. And then for a guy like JT, who I see at the Grove, on the back of the range, he's one of the hardest workers that I've seen. For him to say that about me means a lot, and to have the respect of your peers almost means more than the wins. And I spoke to JT and I just said thank you that meant a lot. I mean, I'm uncomfortable with people congratulating me all the time, but to hear it from a player like JT, it really means a lot. And I respect, JT and what he's done in the game and how hard he works. And it was really cool. I really, really appreciated it.
Well, you earned that win. You earned those tears as well, Keegan. Well done. Enjoy the week in South Carolina, and thanks for the time.
Thanks, boys. Go Patriots.